You're sitting outside with friends. Everyone gets bitten a few times. You get bitten 20 times. Same air, same evening, same everything. Why does this happen? Are you just unlucky, or is something else going on? The real answer is that mosquitoes are picking up on things about you that you can't even control. Some of it is in your genes. Some of it is in your skin chemistry. And stick around, because scientists recently found something wild. A few people are basically chemically invisible to mosquitoes. Let's find out why some people are basically walking buffets, and others barely get touched. Let's get into it. First, a quick fact most people don't know. Only female mosquitoes bite at all. Male mosquitoes feed entirely on nectar and plant juices. They have no interest in your blood. Females need a specific protein found in blood to develop their eggs. So every single bite you've ever gotten came from a female mosquito on an egg-laying mission. With that out of the way, let's talk about how she actually finds you in the first place. From far away, mosquitoes rely on one main clue: the carbon dioxide you breathe out. Mosquitoes can detect that CO2 trail from surprisingly far away, sometimes many meters. People who naturally produce more CO2 tend to get noticed first. That includes larger body size, higher metabolic rate, and physical exertion. It's simply a numbers game. More exhaled CO2 means an easier trail to follow from a distance. Once a mosquito gets closer, the CO2 trail isn't enough anymore. She needs more precise cues. That's where body heat comes in. Mosquitoes can sense warmth radiating from skin. Warmer skin, especially where blood vessels sit close to the surface, is easier to detect and land on. Moisture matters too. Sweat carries chemical signals mosquitoes are specifically tuned to notice. This is part of why exercising outside often means more bites, not just because you're breathing harder. Here's where things get genuinely personal. Your unique skin bacteria play a real role too. Everyone's skin hosts a distinct community of bacteria, and it varies a lot between individuals. Those bacteria produce different combinations of odor compounds as byproducts. Some of those specific odor blends are far more detectable and appealing to a mosquito's senses. This is a big part of why identical activities can lead to wildly different bite counts between people. You've probably heard mosquitoes prefer a certain blood type. Let's look at the actual research. Several studies, including a well-cited 2004 study, found mosquitoes landed on people with type O blood significantly more than type A. But it's genuinely more complicated than just your blood type alone. Whether you're a genetic secretor, meaning your blood type shows up in your sweat and saliva, seems to matter a lot too. And not every study agrees. Some more recent research has found different or mixed results entirely. So blood type may nudge the odds, but it's just one ingredient in a much bigger recipe. Here's some of the strongest evidence yet that this whole thing really does come down to genetics. In 2015, researchers ran a clever experiment using identical and non-identical twins. They tested how attractive each twin's scent was to mosquitoes in controlled trials. Identical twins, who share nearly all their genes, showed strikingly similar attractiveness levels. Non-identical twins, who share far fewer genes, showed much more variation between each other. The researchers calculated that roughly 60% of the difference in attractiveness comes down to genetics. That's a genuinely strong genetic signal for something as specific as how appealing you smell to an insect. This isn't just a fun party fact either. It has real, serious medical importance. Mosquitoes spread some of the most significant diseases on the planet, including malaria, dengue, and Zika. If certain people are consistently more attractive to disease-carrying mosquitoes, they may also face higher infection risk. Understanding exactly why could help target prevention efforts toward the people who need it most. Some researchers even hope to eventually develop pills or treatments that mimic natural repellent chemistry. A question that sounds like backyard trivia turns out to connect directly to global public health research. A few specific life situations are well documented to temporarily increase mosquito attraction. Pregnancy is one of them. Pregnant individuals tend to exhale more CO2 and run slightly warmer. Research in malaria-affected regions has found pregnant women attract noticeably more mosquito visits. Physical exertion matters too. Exercise raises body heat, sweat, and CO2 output all at once. None of this is permanent. It's a temporary shift in your chemical signal, not a lifelong change. Now here's the genuinely fascinating discovery I mentioned at the start. In 2022, researchers at Rockefeller University published a detailed study in the journal Cell. They had volunteers wear nylon sleeves for hours, then tested how attractive each sample was to mosquitoes. The most consistently attractive people had noticeably higher levels of compounds called carboxylic acids on their skin. These acids are produced by skin bacteria breaking down natural oils, and mosquitoes are extremely sensitive to them. But here's the twist. One single volunteer had high levels of every carboxylic acid the researchers measured, and mosquitoes barely went near that person at all, despite the chemistry researchers expected to be highly attractive. It's a genuine scientific mystery still being studied. Something about that person's exact chemical blend didn't add up. This tells us it's not just individual chemicals. It's the specific, complex mixture that matters most. On the flip side, some people naturally produce their own built-in mosquito repellents. Researchers at the U.S. Department of Agriculture identified specific natural compounds that seem to interfere with mosquito senses. These include certain aldehydes and ketones some people produce in higher natural amounts on their skin. In lab tests, these compounds actually scrambled the mosquito's ability to detect a host nearby. Some researchers believe this could eventually lead to new, more natural repellent products. So some people aren't just less detectable. Their skin may be actively working against the mosquito's senses. One more factor that's easy to control: what you're wearing. Mosquitoes also use vision at close range, especially contrast against the background. Darker colors, like black, navy, and red, tend to stand out more and attract more attention. Lighter colors generally blend in more and can result in somewhat fewer landings. It's a small factor compared to genetics and body chemistry, but it's the easiest one to actually change. Here's a related twist. Even getting bitten the same number of times doesn't mean the same experience. The itching and swelling from a mosquito bite comes from your immune system reacting to its saliva. Some people's immune systems react strongly, causing large, itchy welts almost immediately. Others develop a level of tolerance over years of repeated exposure, reacting far less noticeably. So two people can get bitten equally often, yet one feels miserable while the other barely notices. It's a genuinely separate biological process from what attracts the bite in the first place. Quick pause before we continue. Take a guess. Do you think washing with scented soap or lotion makes you more or less attractive to mosquitoes? Interestingly, some research suggests certain skincare and deodorant products can actually reduce natural attractiveness. It may partly explain why the same person can seem more or less bite-prone, depending on the day. Let's clear up a few common myths before we wrap up. Myth 1. Mosquitoes are attracted to sweet blood or high blood sugar. Not supported by real evidence. Mosquitoes respond to CO2, heat, and skin chemistry, not blood sugar levels. Myth 2. Eating garlic reliably repels mosquitoes. Scientific testing hasn't found strong, consistent evidence supporting this popular home remedy. Myth 3. Taking vitamin B supplements keeps mosquitoes away. Also not well supported. Controlled studies haven't found a reliable repellent effect from vitamin B. Myth 4. Your blood type alone determines how often you get bitten. As we covered, blood type may play a small role, but genetics, CO2, and skin chemistry matter far more overall. Myth 5. Mosquito bite reaction size shows exactly how many times you've been bitten. Not accurate. Reaction size mostly reflects your immune sensitivity, not the actual number of bites received. Myth 6. Ultrasonic phone apps or wristbands reliably repel mosquitoes. Scientific testing has repeatedly found these devices don't provide meaningful, reliable protection. Let's wrap up with a few fun extra facts. Mosquitoes have been on Earth for roughly 190 million years, predating most modern mammals. There are more than 3,000 known mosquito species worldwide, though only some bite humans. Your body odor and mosquito attractiveness appear to stay fairly consistent over multiple years. This is part of why some people genuinely earn the nickname mosquito magnet, year after year. On the bright side, understanding these mechanisms is actively helping researchers design better repellents. A couple more quick facts before we recap. Mosquitoes are actually considered the deadliest animal on Earth to humans. Not through venom or size, but through the diseases they transmit to hundreds of millions of people every year. Interestingly, mosquitoes seem to remember and avoid people who successfully swat at them repeatedly. Some research suggests they can associate certain vibrations or movements with danger and adjust their behavior. Okay, let's bring this all together. Mosquitoes find you first through the CO2 you exhale, then zero in using heat and moisture up close. Your unique skin bacteria and body chemistry create a scent signature that's more or less appealing. Genetics plays a real, measurable role, with twin studies showing a strong heritable component. Blood type might nudge the odds slightly, but it's far from the whole story. Some people even produce natural compounds that seem to actively interfere with mosquito senses. So if you're a mosquito magnet, it's not bad luck. It's a genuinely unique mix of biology working against you. If this answered a question you never knew you had, that's exactly what this channel is about. So if you enjoyed this, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. It genuinely helps this channel grow, and it takes about 2 seconds. Drop a comment and tell me which part surprised you the most. Was it the twin study? The person who was chemically invisible? Let me know. And if you like this video, go ahead and tap that like button. It's a small click that genuinely helps this channel keep growing. There are hundreds of everyday questions just like this one waiting to be explored. Things you've experienced every summer but never actually questioned. That's what this channel is all about. Toggling your curiosity on, one question at a time. One more thing before you go. Tap that notification bell too, so you actually see it when the next video drops. Next time, we're tackling why flamingos stand on one leg for hours without falling over. It's a surprisingly clever energy-saving trick, and you will not guess the mechanism. I'll see you in the next one.